I got accused of cheating in DMZ in 2025, which I guess I should take as a compliment. Everyone knows that Call of Duty has a horrible reputation for having blatant cheaters in the game, and I'm not here to deny that, okay? It's not a good look for the game, but I don't go around calling everybody that kills me a cheater in the games that I play. To me, there's a much larger and serious issue that's plaguing the gaming community right now, and it's people who accuse everyone of being a cheater. So allow me to provide some context here for what happened today on stream. Don't be confused about the guy up there. I'm down here, okay? First, you should understand that I've taken about a 6-month break from DMZ, and today is quite literally my first day back playing. I'm a little rusty. I'm not the man I used to be, but I've been having a blast hanging out with my community and seeing how the game is now versus when I left it. With that in mind, I'm here in Al Mazrah and I've killed a solo and picked him up, and I'm off just doing missions. One of my favorite things about DMZ is completing missions and making progress on a new character. So I am on an alt account because guess what? On my main account, I finished missions like a year ago. There's been no updates to this game, which that's the real crime here. But anyway, here I am in Al Mazrah, and you're going to see the teammate that I picked up gets taken out. The people of the player base of DMZ, I would say throughout its... What are you down to, bots, hopefully? Being the fella that I am, I'm not just going to leave this guy out to dry, and that is the whole motivation and purpose for me going to Said City in the first place. So, unfortunately, the teammate leaves the match, and now I'm here trying to enact vengeance, I suppose, and you're going to see where I first noticed the squad that ends up accusing me of being a cheater. I'm like, huh. My guy left, chat. My guy's gone. What's going on? Notice how the bots are shooting and going crazy in the city, and I know that there were enemy players nearby just moments ago. And there's the enemy squad. Open fire. I'm not going to be making a huge stink about how I play this. I'm going to give you a spoiler right now. I lose to these guys, which is fine. I'm, again, shaking off the rust, getting back into the grind of DMZ. That's not the real issue here. Now I'm going to switch to the enemy's perspective, which, by the way, they're a streamer. Now the purpose of this video is to not call them out directly, but rather approach this topic as a whole and try to find some middle ground with these other content creators who go around just blatantly throwing out the accusations. So please don't go out of your way to try to drive any hate towards the streamer if you know their channel. That's not my intention, and that's certainly not going to fix the problem. So right here, you're going to see this is where they kill my teammate. Just giving you guys some added context for the scenario overall, right? Never stood a chance. That's fine. There are other people in the city and they're shooting bots, and this is when I happen to see them and open fire. And, you know, you guys saw from my perspective what's happening here.
Got that guy. Okay.
And now these guys are keyed in on my position and know that there is a solo in the city who's attacking them. We're exchanging shots back and forth. They know I'm on top of 4-stack. I'm looking for them. They get a nice snipe on me here. And overall, I'm feeling pretty pinned up on the ceiling. I'm going to show you my perspective of this fight from that rooftop so that you guys can understand what it is that I'm thinking in this moment. I understand the optics aren't great for me here. It's a 1v3. I'm using weapons with no attachments on my alt account. I'm up here on the ceiling with virtually no long range, no snipers, no SMGs. I just have this hemlock. And so I begin to think to myself, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to stay and fight? Am I going to leave? Like, that's what I'm processing up here right now. And I know that these guys have it out for me. I could just fully disengage, which I probably should have. You can see I'm looking for them. I'm like, oh, where are these guys? Hop up here to get a better look. I see the one on the parachute, and that's when I get sniped. Might end up being what I have to do here. I don't really know. I don't really have a way out of this, I don't think. It's a bad situation. What would you guys do in this situation? So, I know that I'm pinned down by these snipers. I know these guys are being aggressive. They're coming in. They want to get the kill. And I have height and advantage. And I'm genuinely questioning, what am I going to do in this situation, right? Now we're going to flip back to the enemy's POV. And this is the main issue at hand. This situation is what gets me called out as a cheater so easily, I might add. So we've got the person in question. They're going to make a play on the ladder. They have a dead silence so that I won't hear them coming. I'll let this play out.
Hear you somewhere inside.
Enemy marked.
Yeah, we're. Fell off. Oh, he got me.
I did. I managed to get the kill. Great job. Well, let's see what happens when they review the kill cam.
He's cheating. He's cheating.
Interesting. I'm cheating. Oh, because you had dead silence. There's no possible way that I could have known that you were coming up the ladder. All right. Well, blatant accusation, immediate report, has nothing to do with the fact that I won the close gunfight and knocked them and they died. I'm sure that had absolutely nothing to do with the accusation at all. But now I want to play it from my POV again, and I want you guys to really use your critical thinking skills here and try to understand why it is I knew someone was on the ladder, why I was looking in that direction, and why I ended up winning this gunfight in the first place. Watch this and let me know if anything stands out to you. Pinned down by a sniper.
Fell off.
Close fight. Good shots, me. Well done. But did you notice what I noticed in real time? Let me rewind that back for us here so we can analyze this together as a group. I'm already looking out for the group, and I know that they're coming. On this rooftop, there are only 2 ways that anyone can damage me. I guess 3 if you count a helicopter. There's the doorway that's in front of me, and there's the ladder. Those are the only 2 ways up that these guys are going to sneak past me without me realizing. So of course, my natural inclination is to look towards the door and towards the ladder. If someone's going to come up here without me knowing, it's going to be in one of those 2 spots. But as if that wasn't enough, I have that thought in my head as I'm positioning myself here behind the only cover on the roof, by the way. One of their teammates throws a smoke grenade towards the ladder. I don't know if they were trying to smoke the roof since their teammate was climbing up and they just messed it up. But this is a huge red flag and indication to me that someone's making a play on the ladder. It's like, oh, you missed your smoke. Now my attention's drawn over here because there's this enemy smoke grenade that was thrown towards me. Of course I'm looking there when you pop your head up off at the top of the ladder. So let's watch it back again. Like, okay, I see the smoke grenade. I'm already kind of looking this direction anyway. Oh, lo and behold, a clown pops up. Let me shoot this guy.
Oh, he got me.
And that's what got me accused and reported for being a cheater in the DMZ. Now, why make a video about this? Why talk about this? It's because it really irks me. Now, I know it could be a form of receiving a compliment, as we'll see here soon. It's crazy how they're ready to jump at your throat and accuse you of being the lowest of the low in the player base. And the second you introduce some logic into the conversation, they're like, well, whatever. If you say that, I believe you. Like, no, homie. Where's your values? Stand your ground. If you're going to come out and accuse me of something, right? If you're going to try to take away from the skill set that I've built up over 2,000 hours of playing this video game, then at least have the decency to back it up. As you can see here, they do not take the lost gunfight well and immediately start typing in the chat, LOL walls.
He's got walls.
They tell their teammates. They literally think that I'm able to see people through the walls, though we just could clearly tell from my perspective that that's not the case at all. And at this point, I start trying to talk to them because I'm like, seriously, walls? And I see that he has YouTube in the name. I'm like, bro, you're a streamer and you're going to accuse me of cheating in this situation? I thought it was super weird, but unfortunately, as I am on my alt account, my hardware settings were not correct. They weren't able to hear anything that I said in this point. I'll share some of that here in just a moment. So these guys get the res, they're scrambling around, it's 3v1, whatever. I'm not here to talk trash, it's fine. They end up beating me, it's a good fight. But you can see this guy's now trying to egg me on a bit in the voice chat. And so I'm running circles around these guys, they're looking for me, trying to kill me. It is what it is. But listen to what they have to say next.
Bank.
What a cheater, dude. You're terrible, too. Cheating and terrible. It's a bad combo. I can see why you cheat, though.
Right.
You're garbage at the game.
There it is. Yep. Okay. Anybody that kills you in DMZ and in Call of Duty does not automatically become a cheater. Oh, well, you have such high skill that you couldn't quite possibly fathom a way in which somebody outplayed you. This game is notorious for its low time to kill. Anyone can kill anyone, all right? It's not that big of a deal. Just take your L. So before we get too far forward, I do want to show what I was trying to say to this guy in real time, just to prove that, like, I'm earnestly trying to have a conversation with this person to express, like, why are you making this accusation so lightly? Why do you think I'm cheating? Unfortunately, it's fruitless, as you guys will see, but this is my initial reaction to the walls comment, which is hidden behind my webcam. This is definitely the move. Oh, good. It shows up. Okay. Oh, there he is. Okay. LOL walls? Titus, I know you're not saying walls, right? So I'm trying to talk to them at this point because I saw they're a YouTuber. You're on YouTube and accusing people of walls? That's kind of weird. You want to talk about it, or? It doesn't seem like it. Of course, I'm being a little smug here, but this just drives me crazy, man. As a content creator, you should be responsible for the level of influence that you have within your community. And if you're not solving the problem, you're certainly perpetuating it by being so free and loose with, oh, this guy's a cheater. This guy's a cheater. I understand in the scenario with the context that you had, it seemed a bit odd. But why are we so quick to jump to this conclusion? Maybe you've ran into a lot of legitimate cheaters before. Maybe on stream, you've lost some gunfights that you felt like the person was up to no good and you should have won. I don't know your backstory, man, but when you go out and blatantly accuse people of cheating so quickly over nothing, without even trying to spend an ounce of time critically thinking about how they could have killed you or what happened, it makes you look weak. It's such a weak mentality and mindset. It's not a good look for you. And quite frankly, the people that are watching you are now going to assume that I am a cheater, right? We know how that works as streamers. The people that support us and back us, they're subject to our influence. And if I go off and I say that, oh, this guy's a cheater, oh, and this guy's a cheater, oh, don't watch them, they're no good, whatever, then what do you think my people are going to do about it? I think when I die, I'm like, man, what did I do wrong? How could I have played that better? I have seen in my 2,000 hours of playing this video game and playing it somewhat recently, I think less than 10 legitimate cases of cheating overall. I'm not trying to downplay the severity of how many players are cheating. I'm just simply saying that it's not something that is as prevalent as I think you all think it is. And to someone with real skill that has been honed over time and dedication, it is quite frankly annoying and insulting. So if you're watching this, or if you feel called out by this video, my challenge to you would be to take a moment after every engagement and to really analyze whether or not someone's cheating. If it's blatant to you, sure, whatever, right? I get it. As a streamer, trust me, I've seen it all. People think I cheat, which is hilarious because I'm buns, dude. I'm so bad at the game right now. Was I awesome in the past? Did I have my highlights? Sure, of course, right? Anyone that plays that much of any video game is going to come out on top once in a while. But if you think that I'm cheating, if you watch my gameplay and you know the context, you would realize how ridiculous of a claim that is. And it just really irks me. So ultimately, I just wanted to make this video as a message to people that still play DMZ or maybe play Call of Duty. Not everybody that kills you is a cheater, man. Man up. Take your L's. Like, it's a video game. At the end of the day, some of us are just here to have fun. And people like you that go around and make everything so hostile and start bad-mouthing people, it just like ruins the game, man. I do want to show you guys how things go after they do eventually kill me, by the way, just so that you can see that this was not like a, oh, this guy's a cheater. Oh, he's bad. I don't like him for this. That this is some like self-worth, like deeper issue within the player base that plays DMZ that, oh, this guy has to be cheating because he killed me. And look at the reaction once they finally win the fight. I get caught in a horrible spot, sandwiched by all three of them. GG's, good fight, good positioning. Good job working together.
Pussy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rather than being a solo fighting for his life, a guy playing the video game with an added challenge, a guy playing missions for fun, I'm none of those things. I'm what, chat?
Pussy.
He's already called me terrible. He's already tried to take away from the hard work and skill I've put into this game by calling me a cheater, right? And unfortunately, inevitably, what happens in these situations is once I found out they were a streamer and I tried to tell them in their chat GG's, my viewers went over there and tried to defend my honor, which I instructed them illicitly not to do because it's just not worth my mental energy or time. But I think the conversation gets pretty interesting based on how they're responding to people being like, hey, this guy's legit, like no bad blood or whatever. So I'm going to let that play out for you guys as well, too.
They don't want to talk anymore until it's lunchtime? No cheats there.
Mind you, I was trying to talk to him the entire time.
Alright, the bots just won't quit. Always game time, no one's cheating but GG's. I don't believe you, dude. I don't believe you one bit.
Okay, fair enough. Resolved in your stance. With the evidence that has been presented to you, you believe without a shadow of a doubt that I am a cheater. So I went over, said, dude, no one's cheating. GG's. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Literally just trying to like break bread with this person. Try to understand them. Try to reinforce the fact that like it's not that serious, man.
Wasn't cheating. All right.
What did I do that was so egregious? So blatant.
Pick this up.
The best awareness of any player I've ever seen when I come up with a dead silence to be able to hit me.
Thank you. Yes, I should hope that after 2,000 plus hours of playing a game, that I would have some level of awareness and game sense to be able to help me win gunfights occasionally. Thank you for the compliment. That's crazy. Apparently, what I showcased to you, which by the way was like not a play or anything, was just common sense, is the greatest game awareness that they've ever seen. But I will take it.
I can imagine streaming a game and accusing people of cheating. You ask my chat how many times I accuse people of cheating. It's very rarely. So if you weren't, high five to you. It sure the hell felt like it. It's crazy how you had all the right moves and knew exactly when to do things. And you tracked me coming up the ladder with a dead silence.
I don't believe you, but you know what? If you weren't, high five to you. Crazy how you knew everyone's position and knew exactly what to do. This gaslight form of an apology for accusations is just the most, like, it is the worst. And it gets under my skin so much because it's like, just defend like your own position. Say, no, you're a cheater, whatever, get out of my chat. No, none of that, right? So naturally, I decided to clap back a bit and I'm like, I can't imagine streaming this video game and throwing that out so loosely, like over legitimately nothing from my point of view.
So if you weren't cheating always game time, you weren't cheating. There's a car coming. It's a dirt bike.
Let's hear it.
Explain to me the level 44. Did you just decide to open a new account? Because that would be the thing that you wanted to do. Shot.
Yeah, that is exactly what I did. I did create a new account called Always Lunchtime, and it's an alt account that allows me to go through and do the part of the game I enjoy the most, which is the missions. PvP is great, don't get me wrong. I love going around and hunting operators just as much as the next guy, but without a central driving force, somebody that streamed the game in the past 8-10 hours a day, every single day, it's nice to have something to work towards too that's not just Warzone, but for players with less skill.
He didn't have shit. He must have been
For the GGs, I can check out his video on demand. Okay, be sure to check it out. I literally will. I will check it out.
Yeah, and I hope you do. I hope you go back and see my perspective and do the work that should have been done initially to withhold your judgment. Because in all honesty, if that level of display of skill was enough to make you throw out accusations, I don't believe you. I don't think that you're going around and giving everyone the benefit of the doubt. And I think that you're going around on your stream and using these encounters when you lose gunfights to call things as sus, instead of just being like, oh man, good play.
One of the OGs of DMZ.
Whose video?
Thank you.
That's his alt account. But why are you playing on that alt account? And explain that to me. Here's a question. I'm not, if you weren't cheating, cool, but explain to me why you're on an alt account. Bored?
So once again, they do this whole thing every time. Almost everyone I've ever run into that has accused me of cheating in some form on stream always does this thing where when I confront them with logic, or when my chat goes in and they try to explain things and smooth the situation out, they're like, oh, if you're not cheating, cool, whatever. That does not absolve you of your behavior. Like, you gotta own up to it in some way, shape, or form. So from this point, things pretty much just kind of fizzle out. They go back to the stream. And again, I want to reiterate, like, I don't care. I've never played with this streamer. I don't know who this is. And I'm not trying to be condescending when I say that. I just legitimately do not care. Like, tons of people used to think that I cheat when I played this game every day. It doesn't matter. Like, everyone that's watched me and has watched me from the beginning knows that I just love Call of Duty. I've played it for most of my life. I enjoy DMZ. I think it's one of the best modes they've come out with. But to my core, what I can't stand is this feeble, like, no critical thinking rush to just declare everybody that kills you a cheater. And even if that's not what happened here, you could make an argument that, sure, you were dead silence and I was watching the ladder. But certainly once you see it from my point of view, hopefully you guys can understand why this set me off on my campaign to just raise awareness, man. Like, enjoy the game. And if you're not enjoying the game, why are you playing it? And I understand cheaters are a real thing, but I think as a community, we can all use our brains and just be a little bit more cautious with what we're saying, especially as a streamer, right? And influencing these other people, because what you're doing is creating this negative vibe, man. I'm just here doing missions. I'm hanging out, having a good time. What we have left of DMZ is not great, but certainly going around and talking about, oh, cheaters, one-shots, RGLs, blah, 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 is not going to incentivize anyone else to want to play this game, man. So I don't know. Maybe it's a skill issue. Maybe it's a personal issue of mine. I do want to leave off on one more clip, though. They end up picking up some guy, and just listen to what he has to say.
Okay, because
Or
there's an
one shot,
RDO
too.
team. Oh, well, there's a team that's been chasing us. Pretty sure they're cheating.
Was your
So it's not even just this guy, man. It's the player base as a whole. And, you know, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know what you think about the interaction in the comments. Let me know how many times you've run up into cheaters and what you think we can do as gamers to do a better job. Ultimately, this doesn't fix anything. Again, this is not a campaign against this other content creator. Please don't go show them any hate. Whatever. They're on their grinds. If anything, hopefully, if they see this, this is a wake-up call and they can improve and ultimately just find happiness. Just enjoy what you're doing. And yeah, that's really all I got. So